And so our crew is there on the ground. That's what you're seeing there in the right part of your screen, and they are at a safe distance. The fire department made sure that they're not getting too close because as this building goes up right here, we imagine we very well could be seeing an explosion any second now.
Just a reminder, we are getting calls from our viewers concerned about whether our chopper is too close for their own safety. They are not. They're keeping a safe distance. We've got great equipment. We're able to get right in to show you exactly what's happening, but they're flying at a very safe distance from all of those explosions. But we do want to thank you for all of the
We thank you,
concern.
and our producer just said our chopper is 4,500 feet up in the air right now, so it is at a safe distance, that's for sure. If it's possible, guys, we're seeing more explosions right there. And you see the black smoke, so this is not a good situation.
Okay, yeah, you can absolutely see the on the left of your screen. This is catching right now. So we just want to remind you, you're watching the KCRA 3 News at 7.
There we go.
You saw it coming. You saw it coming.
Yeah, we're fine. I don't know if you guys heard that, but that was quite intense. Yeah, that was quite an intense pop. I mean, we have Alan trying to get video of this loud or this big smoke, but yeah, we are standing behind the vehicle right now because that was quite intense, and you can hear all the pops of these fireworks, guys. Again, we are as safe as we can be, but we're trying to push back just a little bit further behind this vehicle. We actually had a person just stop by and show us some video from closer to where the facility is, and there's a lot of debris scattered across the area here where the firework facility is going off. But I mean, just take a listen of all the pops that we're hearing right now. So as you can imagine, we've been out here for about an hour or so, and we've been continuing to hear these fireworks go off and create these spot fires. And this latest one was pretty intense. My heart's racing quite a bit, and so me and Alan are trying to do our best and show you what we can see from, again, a safe distance from where we're standing. But as of right now, this is something that I've never experienced. We've covered multiple fires, me and Alan together, but this is something out of the ordinary. It's something that CAL FIRE did tell us to push back when we first arrived on scene right at 6 o'clock because this is not the usual experience. It's extremely dangerous. It's dangerous for those fire crews as well. That's why they're not going into the facility to put out the flames. They basically just have to wait all of this out because they're dealing with explosives. They're dealing with a lot of aerial fireworks as well because these aerial fireworks are going up into the air and causing these different spot fires. We have a spot fire right there. There's a home right here, but just look towards the right. There is another spot fire there, and fire crews haven't really been attending to these because they're just concerned about the surrounding area and the safety of everybody else. So like I mentioned during the 6 o'clock newscast, if you are in the area still, if you're listening to us on air, it's probably best to get away from this area because we're dealing with kind of a random ricochet effect of these fireworks going up into the air and potentially hitting a home, starting another fire, or even, potentially killing somebody. So this is a very dangerous situation for fire crews, for people in the area, and that's why we're at a pretty safe distance. But when you hear those loud booms from these fireworks, you can feel the vibrations, you can feel just the sheer danger of what this is doing. We've had multiple fire crews stop in front of our vehicles and ask us to not get closer, to make sure that we're aware not to get further into where the facility is for our own safety as well. And it looks like I think this fire crew is probably going to do the exact same thing, and they're asking us to move back at this point. So
okay, we're going to let you.
Fire crew telling us to push back because
safety first, obviously. Thank you so much.
No worries. We're going to push back.
All right. We'll check back with both of you. Thank you so much. We want to check in with our live copter pilot, Dan Oppenheim. I cannot imagine what it has been like to be watching all of this from your perspective, Dan. Just brief us on what it's been like watching this progress.
Well, this one has been pretty spectacular. It's very rare. It might be the first time that I have actually been able to hear a fire from outside the helicopter. It's a very high noise environment, but the fact that we could actually hear that explosion was a first for me.
That was the last explosion, that last big one?
That is correct, yes. That we cannot hear the individual fireworks going off, but that last explosion, the large one, we could hear that over the sound of the helicopter. We are at 4,500 feet. We're a safe distance away from this fire, and from that distance, we could actually hear it.
Dan, I'm just curious because we have viewers who are miles and miles and miles away who say their homes shook. They heard it. I'm just curious, when you're in the air and there's an explosion like that, does it do anything to the chopper?
I did not notice any kind of shockwave rocking us back and forth or anything like that, but I could hear it. Now that said, we are next to a mountain range, so we do have a little bit of turbulence, and the truth is I really couldn't tell if it was just wind coming off the mountain range or if that was an actual shockwave from the explosion. I think it was wind coming off of the mountains.
There's also so much concern right now for firefighters making sure that they stay safe as they're trying to deal with this incredibly volatile, explosive situation. What can you see from Live Copter 3? Where are they staging? What seems to be the tactical plan here for the fire crews?
Well, what I've been noticing is that there are a lot of fire crews as well as aircraft staged in the local area about a mile away, keeping a safe distance, because the utmost importance is making sure that the fire crews are safe. They're not going to go in and address this fire until it is safe to do so. I've noticed that there have been some spot fires about a mile away, maybe a little less than a mile away, that have been addressed. However, this main fire, no one is approaching it, just out of an abundance of caution.
Yeah, we can certainly understand why. Thank you so much, Dan, and we'll continue to watch your pictures. Take good care.
All right, we want to get to somebody on the phone, Cecily Utterback. She's on the phone. She lives nearby. Cecily, thank you for joining us. Tell us what you experienced.
And man, it sounded like something hit the back of our truck when we were driving home, and we weren't sure what it was, so we tried to pull over and see what was going on, and we just saw the explosion.
How far away do you think you were?
Probably about 6 or 7 miles.
What do you mean when you say it felt like something hit the back of your truck?
I mean, it just shook everything. We literally sounded like somebody had a sledgehammer and was just hitting the back of our truck. So we're kind of looking at each other like, what was that? What's going on? And we pulled over, and I immediately saw the smoke and started recording. And we've had several explosions since then. It's been about 3 or 4
So
more.
Where would you estimate you were at the time when the explosion, that first explosion, happened?
I was a couple country blocks away.
Okay, and then are you familiar with this area at all where this happened? It appears from what we're looking at, it's farmland, and then we have some homes and some storage facilities there on this particular property.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with it. I take these back roads all the time. I'm lucky I wasn't coming home on those back roads, actually, on my way home. But yeah, I'm very familiar with it. I mean, it's a lot of farmland, a lot of rural land. There's not a lot of houses out there. It's just more lot fields and crops and stuff.
Were you aware that this devastating pyrotechnics company had a facility right there?
No, I had no idea. I thought it was the local fireworks that they're supposed to show here in a couple days. We thought those had gone off, but as more started going off, we realized that this is not just an Esparto fireworks show. It was a lot.
The other thing that's been so striking, Cecily, and you would certainly be in a position to have witnessed this, is it just seems like it's been non-stop for an hour and 20 minutes now.
It has been. It's literally been nonstop. It's been a bunch of smoke, and then we're hearing more fires. And the one that just went off maybe, maybe about half an hour ago, it shook our house.
Yeah.
It sounded like something hit our door this time instead of the truck. So there's a lot out there. We can hear them going off still. They're still going off right now.
Yeah, it's when you're right there, you would certainly not only hear but feel the difference between the smaller fireworks going off, the larger fireworks going off, and then the explosions that are taking place when the fire reaches a new section, a storage area, or a building actually being blown up.
Yeah, that's exactly what it sounded like. Oh, there's still more going off. We can see them.
What does it look like from what you're looking out the window, I assume?
Yeah, it's just you can hear the explosions and see a little bit of fireworks, and then it's just a big plume of black smoke, and it's just spreading. It's just spreading. It's going up in the air, and it's pretty devastating for everyone.
When you see those fireworks shooting up, can you estimate how high up they're going?
Probably about, 30 feet, maybe? Yeah, they're not too far off the ground. We can just see like the tops of the sparks going off, but we can still hear them. There's a lot over there.
It's creating really interesting smoke patterns. Right there in the dark smoke, you can see the little puffs of the lighter smoke, and those are all fireworks going off right in the middle of the cloud of the main head of smoke.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
All right, Cecily. Well, we thank you so much for giving us your perspective and what you saw and what you experienced as we watched this property. I want to tell folks in the control room, I sent over a map that showed you what this property looked like before this explosion. And looking from Livecopter 3, it appears everything on this particular property is now gone. You can see in the middle part of your screen there's a swimming pool. We do know that there were 2 homes on this property, and there were quite a few storage facilities. And if we are able to pull up that satellite photo, you could see how much was on this particular property. But one by one, as these fireworks started exploding, these buildings just started exploding, and now this entire property, there it is right there. Everything on this property has now burned. Everything.
And again, I have, really just felt a lot of concern for anyone who may have been there as this fire broke out, with residential properties as well as the facility. And again, people may be working beyond 8-hour days as we're just right up on the 4th of July.
And Edie mentioned it a moment ago, but Devastating Pyrotechnics is the company. We've used public records, and we've linked it to this particular address. We have not confirmed that it is the company involved in the explosions here, but Devastating Pyrotechnics is a San Francisco-based company that has a facility in Esparto linked to this area. This company, according to its website, has been around for 30 years doing fireworks shows in the San Francisco Bay Area and across California. And there are various websites that track shipments into the United States, and I have pulled up several of these websites which show this company has imported pyrotechnics from various companies in China all throughout this year. One of the records here shows that they received a shipment as recently as last month, which makes sense as we approach the 4th of July.